happy full moon. It's the full moon in Capricorn, so I'm going to begin by lighting my candle, and then we'll pull some cards and tap into the energy of this full moon. If you live in an area where you cannot light a candle for whatever reason, that is okay. You can simply take a deep breath and say, okay, now I'm ready to set an intention for this full moon in Capricorn. And typically around full moons, it's a time of, rather than setting an intention, it's more of a release, more of a letting go feeling. So while we're working through this ritual, just consider what has been the main theme of your life over the last 2 weeks, what patterns have shown up, what's been top of mind, what's been in your heart, what's been in your gut, and reflect on how that is altered over the last 2 weeks. Where were you at the new moon, and where are you compared to now? A lot can change in 2 weeks. And if it seems on the surface that not much has changed, I invite you to maybe look a little deeper, because the moon in the tarot often represents the unseen. So I'm going to begin by shuffling my tarot deck, and then I'll probably pull some oracle cards, whatever feels right. So I'm going to start shuffling. I'm just going to tap into what we need to know for this full moon in Capricorn. What do we need to know for this full moon in Capricorn? What do we need to know for this full moon in Capricorn? Oh, okay. All right, we got a couple of cards that have flipped over. Okay, that is very interesting. Okay, give me 1 second. Just gotta make sure I got everything. Some of them flipped inside the deck. Okay, I think I got all of them. Okay, so 2 cards jumped out. So first I pulled the Ten of Pentacles, but I pulled it in the reverse, which if you're unfamiliar, when a card appears upside down, there's a slightly altered meaning. And then I also pulled the Nine of Pentacles. So the reason why I think this is interesting is because Pentacles is an earth sign energy, and this full moon in Capricorn is also an earth energy. So Ten of Pentacles in the upright is typically a very satisfying feeling of completion in terms of a goal in the material world. But when it's in the reverse, combined with the Nine of Pentacles, this actually feels like a reframing of what we consider success to actually be. So this can come in the form of working for something, achieving it, and then realizing after you've achieved that accomplishment, oh, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Or, oh, I thought I would really feel differently about myself after I achieved this thing externally from myself, essentially. Because Ten of Pentacles is, it's wealth, it's getting all your needs met in a very tangible way. But sometimes what Pentacles can leave out is that emotional nourishment. So for instance, when we are building towards a goal and we forget along the way why we were even doing it in the first place, or we were pursuing a goal because we thought it would change the way we see ourselves fundamentally, sometimes it can lead to a shift in perspective. So Nine of Pentacles, this is a very satisfying energy. This is very much a nurturing type of energy when it comes to achieving your physical needs. And what I love about the Nine of Pentacles is that it's not a greedy energy. It's saying, okay, I have all my ducks in a row. The energy is flowing in a way where I'm not too concerned about what I'm gaining or what I'm losing, because I know deep down I'll always be taken care of. But Ten of Pentacles in reverse says, well, everything's going fine, but what about this? What about this? The what if. So with the full moon in Capricorn can be an energy that is highly disciplined and highly structured. But what it can learn from Cancer, which is its opposite sign, when we don't attend to our emotional needs, those 3D accomplishments in the physical world don't really mean much if you've been neglecting the emotional body, the emotional self. And typically during a full moon, I receive texts from people all the time. Is there a full moon? What's happening? And yes, there is a full moon happening currently. So if you are feeling a heightened sensitivity, if your feelings are feeling a bit bigger than normal, if you're finding yourself more easily set off, that's normal. Take it easy. And if you can, please don't take it out on other people, and please don't take it out on yourself. Full moons are supposed to be a little bit more celebratory, more of a release. So for instance, last night I went dancing because I want to dance under the full moon. I want to appreciate the fact that I have a physical body that can move to music and can experience the pleasures of the physical world, because that is a blessing and not everyone has it. And so 10 of Pentacles in reverse is constantly thinking about, well, what don't I have? What don't I have? What don't I have yet? And it's never quite satisfied. Whereas 9 of Pentacles invites us to feel a little bit more stable within our own sense of self, knowing that, okay, maybe we have goals we want to achieve, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, with that 10 of Pentacles in reverse, on this full moon, I invite you to investigate what is driving that goal specifically. Is it coming from a truly authentic place of, I feel genuinely called to put my energy in this direction because I believe I will be of most service to others by doing this? This is the greatest use of my skill set. This is my passion. Those are all great reasons for doing something. If the reasons, 10 of Pentacles in reverse energy of, oh, I think this will cause me to think of myself as a more mature adult, or then people will take me seriously. No. 10 of Pentacles in reverse energy, doing things for that kind of reason, for an external sense of validation, it's never quite enough. And sometimes Capricorn energy can struggle with that feeling of not enoughness, because Capricorn, it's the goat. It wants to climb the mountain. But once it gets to the peak, it's like, now what? You know, what comes after the 10 of Pentacles? 10 is completion. You're done. And so Capricorn energy sometimes has a difficult time just being with their own energy. There can be a sense of anxiety of, I got it. But if I don't have a goal, who am I? If I'm not achieving something, what am I? Well, the tarot invites us to explore, yeah, who are we? What are we when we take away everything external? What are you left with? So I'm going to start pulling from the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck. I haven't worked with it in a while, but it's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to start shuffling this. And if anyone has any questions about anything that I'm doing, feel free to chime in, and I will try to explain it as best I can. My approach to tarot is quite intuitive, so I just flow with what feels right for me. So don't feel like you have to copy exactly what I'm doing. You honor the full moon in the way that feels most right for you. And like with any tarot reading, simply accept the guidance, receive the guidance that helps you personally, and just leave the rest. All right, I'm shuffling up the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck, and we'll start pulling some astrology oracle cards to hopefully get some more guidance for this full moon in Capricorn. And sorry it's so late for my East Coast friends. I'm hoping the West Coast people, it's fine, but I was out before, so we're doing it before bed. Okay. What do we need to know for the full moon in Capricorn? Oh, hello. House 9, spiritual growth. Oh, I love this. So, okay, I'm biased because I'm a Sagittarius and, you know, we're associated with House 9 and we love spiritual growth, don't we? Of course. So, yeah. So, what's really interesting too is that the 10th house is what is associated with Capricorn. And so this full moon in Capricorn is asking us to reflect on, so what is it that's driving us from the spirit towards those more 3D 10th house goals? Because if we haven't quite figured that out yet, why are we even doing all this over here? What's the point? That's usually how we end up in a hamster wheel type of energy where you just keep going and going and going. Again, it's the goat getting to the peak of the mountain saying, now what? You can jump to a new mountain, you can climb up another mountain if you want, but you probably will feel the same at the end if you haven't really dug down to that 9th house type of energy, which is all about a grander exploration of the cosmos, which I know sounds very fluffy, but if you know, you know. Okay, I'm also gonna pull from the Mushroom Spirit Oracle deck because I've been loving this deck. It is so beautiful, and I'm actually learning some really interesting facts about the natural world around me. So, oh god, look at these cards. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I'm still getting used to this deck, so I definitely will have to refer to the guidebook to interpret. So, I'll start shuffling these up. What do we need to know for the full moon in Capricorn? What do we need to know for the full moon? Let's see what we got here. Oh, hello. Bamboo mushroom. Fertility. Interesting. Okay. Let me pull up the guidebook and see what it has to say about that. We're feeling fertile with ideas, that's for sure. Bamboo mushroom fertility. It's edible, fun fact. Also known as veiled lady or long net stinkhorn, this amazing mushroom starts off from what looks like an underground egg. Once mature, the cap is covered in gleba, I don't know how to pronounce that, a solid mass of spores with a terrible smell, which classes this mushroom as a stinkhorn. All right, the more you know. The smell attracts flying insects that eat the gleba, someone tell me how to say that, and get the spores stuck on them, which then they spread. What is truly remarkable is the veil will always just reach the ground and go no further and won't stop just before it. That's so wild. How does it sense that? That is so interesting. The net gives crawling insects on the forest floor an avenue to climb up to the top to also help with dispersing the mushroom spores. It's a tropical stinkhorn, and once the gleba has been completely consumed, the veil will be short-lived. It is commonly found in China, growing on the bottom of bamboo. Hence, it is also known as a bamboo fungus, and is used in many Chinese food dishes. It is said to assist with inflammation, fever, and heat conditions, but this is not a substitute for medical, legal, or other professional advice. Do not sue me. Okay, so the meaning of this card. Interesting. Okay. This card represents having a thorough understanding of what is necessary to achieve what you need to grow and spread your seeds. Drawing this card suggests that if you set the scene right by understanding the relationships you rely on, everything will come to you effortlessly to ensure your survival and spread your seeds. When you rely on others, you must understand their needs as much as your own to make any mutual relationship work. What you offer must be enticing, and without having to do much more, others will spread the word because you have laid the foundations right. So I love that. Being in a relationship with other people can help you achieve and grow in ways that you necessarily can't on your own. The net you scatter is not to catch people. It is to help them get to where they want to be. You can show them how to overcome their obstacles, and in return, they help you overcome yours. Drawing the fertility card indicates that something is about to spread and grow through the help of others, or it may be you who is helping someone else achieve their dream. You've done the necessary work, and now you have to be patient to allow others to do theirs. There we have again the bamboo mushroom. So, man, that is so interesting. I'm just thinking about Cancer season, which we're in right now. That's the nurturer archetype. That is all about just being really real about your needs and getting them met and doing it in a way that is healthy, because sometimes the shadow aspect of Cancer energy can be emotional manipulation and a sense of neediness and stiflingness. It is okay to have needs. We just need to learn how to ask for them to be met in a healthy, reciprocal way. So sometimes Capricorn energy, which is what this full moon is in, can be a little hyper independent and a little competitive with others because it's just trying to get to the top of the mountain. But when you get to the top of the mountain and you're alone, what's the point? So I think that is a good enough place to end this reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed it, I will be posting the recording of this later. But enjoy the rest of your full moon. Take it easy, relax. Now is not the time to start something brand new or to push yourself. Please do not be rolling any boulders uphill during a full moon. It is a time of release. It is a time of celebration. It is a time of reflection. It is not a time to be really forcing yourself to just trudge up to the top of the mountain. I keep using the mountain metaphor, but it's because it's a full moon in Capricorn, and I keep picturing a goat just trying to get to the top without pausing to reflect on why it even wants to take that journey in the first place. So, thank you for coming along this journey with me.